Alright, here's a Math Lab univariate statistics practice that we did in class. So, I'm just going to do a few just to remind us how we find them, and then you can do the rest. So, dot plot. Okay, if we're looking at number 2, okay, a dot plot's pretty easy. We make a number line. Okay, looks like our lowest is about 6, so I could probably start there, but if I wanted to. Okay, and then for however many there are, that's how many dots I do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 at 6. So I go 4 dots at 6. Okay, then for 7, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's 9 dots. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 8. And then 1 for 9. Okay? And that's all we do with the dot plot. That's all we're looking at. Okay? Now, it does tell us which one the mode is pretty easily, right? And can give us an idea of the mean, or the median, not the mean. But that's pretty much all there is for a dot plot. Okay? All right, now for the histogram, okay, we'll just take a look at number 3. Okay, the best way to draw a histogram is to start by making a frequency table, okay? You've got your intervals and the frequency. Okay, looks like we can just go intervals of 0 to 1, 1 to 2, or I guess past 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, right? So like the ones I'd put in this first one. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 ones. For twos, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for threes, and I guess maybe we don't need that part, huh? For threes, there is only 1. 4, there's only 1. And 5, we have 2. Okay? So then, we've got the y axis, which is our frequency. Okay? So we go from 1 to 14. Okay, then we make our intervals. So from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, then to 3, 4, and 5. So then my first one is from 1 to is in the 1 interval, and then we go up to 14. So I draw my bar right there. It's kind of like a bar graph. Then my next interval, there's 5. Okay, then my next one is 1. So a lot smaller on that one. And then another one. Okay, and then the last one has 2 on it. So I'd go up to 2. Okay, and there's my histogram. And that's all there is to it on the histograms. Okay? Now, all of these plots we can do on the calculator as well, but we'll do that on another video where we show you how to do it on the calculator. So for a box and whisker, let's take a look at use these test scores. Okay, so for a box and whisker, actually let's do the Olympics. That one sounds funner. Okay, so we need to find our 5-number summary. The 5-number summary is the lowest, the first quartile, the median, third quartile, and the highest. So that's what we're looking for. Okay? And then we make a number line to use to draw it. Now it looks like our lowest number was 4, and we go clear up to 104. Okay, so these are going to be some big numbers. So I had 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, so then if I needed the halfway points, put those on as well. Okay, and then we can use that to kind of estimate. So what I need to do is put the numbers in order. Okay, so Slovenia, Norway, Switzerland, and Serbia. Then we've got some 5s, Ireland and Turkey. And we've got at least 1 6, North Korea. A 7, Mexico. An 8 for Colombia, 9 for Denmark. Then 2 12s, Jamaica and Iran. Then a 15, 2 18s. So Cuba, Hungary, Canada. Then it looks like 28 for Italy. 34 for France. Maybe put some commas in here to help me see. Okay, so we had 34 for France, 38 for Japan, then 65 for Great Britain, then 81 for Russia, 88 for China, and then 104 for the US. Almost had no space, didn't I? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we find the low and the high. Well, low's pretty easy, right? That's 4. High is another easy one, 104, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw at 104 a line, and at 4 another line, okay? That's the ends of my whiskers. Now we need to find the median. Well, to get the median, we're going to count till we get to the middle, right? And I like to just eliminate, so I've eliminated 8 of the smaller to bigger, then 9, then 10, and there's 2 of them. Generally, when there's 2 of them, you find what's in between them, or you add them both up and divide by 2, in essence finding the average, which in this case is just 12. If you have the same number, it's just going to be that same number. So at 12, I draw my median as well, a line right there. Now the first quartile is like the median of the first half of the data. So here, because it's between 2, those each get a count as the lower and the upper half of data. So we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we're going to eliminate until we get to the median of the lower half of data, which ends up being 5. So that's my first quartile is 5. So at 5 I can draw another line. Okay, then I do the same thing for the upper half of data, and this will give me my third quartile. And it ends up being 34. Okay. So at 34, I draw a line. Then I make a box out of my first, my median, and my third quartiles, and then I connect the whiskers here. Okay, and remember the idea here is that this is 1/4 of the data, this is 1/4, a fourth, and a fourth here. So what we find out is that the majority of countries are here in the smaller, area between, 0 and 30 medals. And very few that make it up here, 1/4 of the data right here that goes with the other ones, okay? And there's how we do a box and whisker. So you've got 3 other chances to practice at that. All right, now we want to find the mode, median, mean, first quartile, third quartile, and interquartile range for each data set. Okay, so I'm going to do an example of each type, and then the rest you can do yourselves. Okay, so again, we want the mode, median, mean. First and third quartiles and interquartile range. And interquartile range will abbreviate IQR. Okay, so to find the mean, we just, basically grab a calculator, add them all up, and then divide by how many there are. So when I add them all up, I get 449.9. I hope I didn't make a mistake. Then I divide by how many there are. So there are 6, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to divide that by 17. And we get a mean of 26.46, so I'm just going to round to 26.5. Okay. Now for the median, we line them all up. But it's nice to see that they are actually all lined up here in order, so I can just start marking them off, can't I? Okay, so there's 6 and 6. And so our median is 25.8. Okay, then remember to find the first quartile. We eliminate that. So now I start to go the opposite way. And it's in between 35.6 and 19.6. Okay, so I go 35.6 plus 19.6. Get 55.2, divide by 2, and we get 27.6. So my first quartile is 27.6. For my third quartile, we take the upper half of the data. So it's between 26.6 and 26.5. Add them up to 53.1, divide by 2, and we get 26.55. Okay. Now for that interquartile range, I just find the difference there. So I go, oh wait, things weren't in order, were they? I thought they were already written in order, but they're not, dang it. Okay, so that screws all that up, doesn't it? Crap. So we got to put these in order. So smallest, 19.6. I could have swore I told it to put these in order, make it a little bit easier for us. So 22.5 or 22, then 22.5, then 23, then 23.9, then 24.1. And 25.3, there's two of those, pay attention to that, then 25.7, and 25.8, okay, then 26.5, then 26.6, then two 27.4s. Again, pay attention to those, because those are going to be our modes probably. Then 31, then 35.6, and 38.2. Alright, so our mode is 25.3, and you can have two modes, 27.4. Okay, so now we can do the median, can't we? So I just start eliminating. This is my super scientific method. So we get 25.7, which was pretty close to what we got, but we just lucked out on that one. Okay, then for the lower half, 23 and 23.9. So again, add those up. Divide by 2, and we get 23.45. Then for our third quartile, same thing. And it's 27.4. So then I go 27.4 minus 23.45, and we get our interquartile range of 3.95. And I think that's all we had to do, right? Okay, there we go. Not the easiest, is it? All right, now let's do the same for number 11, which I think this one will be a little bit easier. It's really easy to see the mode, isn't it? It's going to be 7 because that's the highest. Okay, the median is also going to be pretty easy because we can just eliminate. And we get 7 and 8. So in between 7 and 8, our median is 7.5. Okay, which then tells me we split the data in half like this. Then to find our first quartile would be between 3 and 4, so 3.5. Then our third quartile is going to be, hold on, did I miscount? I think I might have, huh? For our median. Apparently I'm full of all sorts of mistakes here. Yep, would have just been 8. So that would have been the one. Then we would have went. So that one would still be the same. But this one is what would change. Okay, so it'd be between 11 and 14. So that would be 25 divided by 2 would be 12.5. So 12.5 minus 3.5 gives us an interquartile range of 9. Okay, that bigger interquartile range means it's more spread out. Now to find the mean, we're just going to have to add them all up and then divide by how many there are. We add them all up and we get 159. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we get about 9.35, which if we round would be 9.4 or 9.35. Okay, either one of those works. Now finally, let's take a look at the shoe size. So again, I need to write them in order. So 5, 5.5, then 6, and 7, and 7.5, then 8.5. Oops, not 8.5, 8 first, huh? 4 8s. Then 2 8.5s. Then 2 9s and a 12. Okay, so easy to see our mode was 8. Okay, our mean, we're going to add those all up, right? So 5 plus 5.5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 9 plus 9 plus 12. And we get 124.5 divided by, looks like 16, right? Yep, divide by 16. and that gives us about 7.78. Okay, then our median, we start finding the middle. And we get 8 and 8, so our median is 8. Then for our first quartile, take that lower half, 7 and 7, so it's 7. Our upper quartile, between 8.5 and 8.5, so interquartile range of 8.5 minus 7 would be 1.5. And you can now find the rest of those, okay? But that gives you kind of some idea of how to do each type, and there you guys go.